Here's a quick rundown on how the ESi32 stores things internally. It all starts with wave samples. We load in wave samples into a location. These are the raw wave samples, and then we use sample management and digital processing in the ESi to manipulate these wave samples. Then we create a preset to make an instrument. First we'll make a piano preset. We select the piano wave samples, allocate them to preset 1 and set preset definition and dynamic processing to suit. We can then create another preset for bass. So we allocate the bass wave samples to this preset and set preset definition and dynamic processing to suit. Same again for a choir. We create another preset and allocate the wave samples. Thing to note is the wave samples can be thought of as if they come from a pool. That is, they are available to any preset should we create. From that, I have discovered their parameters are set by the sample management and digital processing, and so can't be changed by another process. If you need to do that, that's done by copying the wave sample and then editing that. Because the ESi stores wave data in this way, wave samples can be used many times. For example, we can create another preset using the choir and piano sounds like this. Everything you see here is stored in the ESi's RAM. It all gets stored as one lump using the bank save command. It's not possible to store any single part such as a preset. It has to be stored as a whole lump. It is then possible to load in a single preset from a previously stored bank using the load preset command in the preset management menu. This is what Vienna looks like. Ignore the stuff at the bottom because we're not going to use that. Start by loading in your wave samples and fill up your sample pool. Create a new instrument in which to put them. Select your wave samples from the sample pool and check the single note assign, which is useful when making drum setups. Select them and add. Choose a MIDI note number. Now rearrange across the keyboard by first selecting the wave samples from the instrument list. Select the wave sample key range and click and drag with the two rectangle boxes. To add more wave samples to the layout, load in more wave samples to your pool. Go to the instrument and create a new zone. Again, select from your pool which wave samples to include in this instrument. Lay them out as before. Create a new preset. Put your new instrument into that preset. Job done. Save the file, which then should result in an SF2 file, which is then ready to be passed to the next step. So now we can use Xtrakk to split the sound font file into separate wave samples and upload them in one go into the ESi32. So let's get started. Here's my sound font file as created by Vienna. Load the file and it should look like this. Everything I describe next is geared towards the ESi32. Look bottom right and set all the tick boxes as shown. Delete all the text in the name prefix box, and this is what your screen should look like just before launch. Now this is important because you will need to set the boxes exactly as shown, as when clicking the OK button the thing will dump all the wave samples over to the ESi32 at one go. Now if you examine the ESi32, all the wave samples should be named and placed correctly. To add more presets, first create a new one using Preset Management option 5 on the ESi32. Make sure it is selected and then do the same upload procedure. All the wave samples get placed correctly in the preset. All that needs to be done now is to set the key velocity and the filters as required, which is a lot more fun than laying out the keys. Setting the zones in the ESi32 is easy, but returning another day to see how those zones are set, that is something I'll leave to Dave Rossum to explain.